Hi, Tim Crosby here, speaking to you from the next to the last leg of a tour. We're in Davis, California, so hence the Californish background and the balmy weather we're having today. Today's topic is going to be something that actually, because I don't have my normal resources, you're going to have to take notes if you want to do this. Eventually I'll get around to writing up a sheet for you to be able to download off of this website. But in the meantime, I will give you some hints and clues of some things to take notes about. And the title of your notes will be Turnarounds. We have been on the road and have had to turn around more than once. Yesterday I got lost and turned around 6 times before finding my way back to my destination. So turnarounds, every song pretty much has a turnaround. There's something that you do between verses, something that you do between sometimes the chorus and the verse, or whatever it is. And there are several really standard turnaround patterns. I'm going to walk you through a couple of different families of turnarounds. They're closely related and you'll probably recognize them. So we'll start out. The most simple turnaround usually is you don't even hardly turn around. It's just, I'm going to do everything in the key of C, by the way, out of a C chord. To go from the C chord to the G chord, back to the C chord, or in number speak, like I like to speak, it's 1 chord, 5, 1. So, you get to the end of the song and you go 1, 5, 1, and now you're ready for the second verse. You can also, similar to that, do a 1, 4, 1, which would be C, F, C. I like to call it the Presbyterian turnaround. You can also use this for an ending. Any of the turnarounds actually will be used for an ending or an introduction also. But so you got Amen. Presbyterian church I grew up in, we always sang the Amen at the end of every song. So 1, 5, 1, or 1, 4, 1. You know what's next? 1, 4, 5, 1. And there you go, back to a turnaround. You get a little more complicated by adding a 7th chord to it. 1, 1, 7, 4, 5, 1, or 1, C7, 4, 1, 5, 1, all of those thrown in together. Let's keep building a little more complexity into it. Here's a cool one, and we'll use this for several examples. 1, 1, 7, 4, and then 4 minor. From that F chord, you pick up your middle finger and turn it into an F minor, and then you're back to your 1 chord. You do 1, 5, 1. So it sounds like this. A lot of those cowboy songs use that. Da, 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 da. It's a lovely turnaround. So 1, 1, 7, 4, 4 minor, 1. Now, let's hold that thought of the 1, 7, 4 minor, 4, 4 minor, 1, and take that into a different rhythmic context, which is the blues. You've heard this probably as a blues turnaround. So now we're just doing a different rhythm, but we're still doing 1, 1, 7, 4, 4 minor, 1, and then end it so it really creates some tension to take you back to the next verse with the 5. So there you have the blues version of 1, 1, 5, 4, 4 minor, 1, 5, and maybe a 7. Now let's change the rhythm again and turn it into swing. With swing or jazz, we're going to add one more element to that, and that's from the 1 is a 1 sharp diminished. Oh, remember the diminished talk we had a little while ago. So now it's a C sharp diminished, which substitutes just for the C7. You can hear it kind of has that same, it's got the same note in it. The C7 in the C sharp diminished, it also has that same B flat note. So now we're going to go C sharp diminished, 4, there's your F, F minor, and back to the 1. So there's those turnarounds that at the end or in the middle that take you back to the beginning of one of your things. Beginning of a verse, beginning of a chorus, whatever that is. So 1 5 1, 1 4 1, 1 4 5 1, and then throwing the sevenths or the diminished into it. There's another turnaround that often happens in the middle that moves your chord progression from after you've gone to a 4 chord. It'll move you from the 4 chord back to the 1, and it's real similar to, because it also uses a diminished. So in this case, we're in the key of C, but now we're in the middle of the song, now we're on an F chord. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take that 4, do a 4 sharp diminished, so an F sharp diminished, where would that be? Right there. So F sharp diminished. Now where do we go from here? I lost my train of thought on that. And now we're going to go to a 2 minor 7 and then a 5. So 4 sharp diminished, 2 minor 7. This is a D minor 7, easy chord to make. 5, and then back to the 1. So there's some turnarounds. Experiment with them in different keys. This was all in C, but if you use those numbers as your little slide rule to transpose, if C is your 1, then we're going to use C's and F's and G's. If E is your 1, we're going to use E's and A's and B7s, and so forth and so on. So, little discussion of turnarounds. I hope you do it mostly in your music and not in your travels. I'm Tim Crosby. Thanks for being here at the website. See you when I get home.